Howdy, y'all. It's that time again. I'm going to be sharing my journal for, let's see, it'll be the week of November the 19th, which is a Friday, until November the 25th, which is a Thursday. I'm a bit late doing this because of the holiday, but better late than never, right? And of course, I have all my helpers with me today helping me. Okay, so we'll just jump right in here. If I can get my book picked up. All right, starting with Friday the 19th. It was a full moon the previous night, I think. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the low 30s. It was clear and bright. Well, I just got back from staying the night with Virginia in her new house. It was the first time she stayed there, and it was a good thing we did because she discovered a couple of things that still need attention. There was a problem with one of the drains and with one of the showers. You don't really find out all these things until you start living in a new place. Anyway, she called the people that she bought the house from, and they will be out to fix everything soon. We had a great time. We stayed up late talking, we had some chips and dip, and just generally enjoyed ourselves. She has a wonderful, big, soft bed, and even though it got down to freezing last night, it was very toasty warm inside, and we both slept very well. There was a full moon. I remember thinking how bright it was when I drove over last night around 10 p.m. I usually am really restless on a full moon, but I slept great. The next day, we got up and we had coffee. I ran and got us some lunch, and she broke out all the Christmas decorations, and we put up her tree. She didn't find all of her ornaments. I think some of them got lost in the move, but I still think it looks very nice. Then she had to get around and go to work. And I have to say, I love her home, and I feel very comfortable there. We had a really good time together, and I'm sure I will stay with her again. It was very nice. Okay, so Saturday, the 20th, it was a beautiful day with a high in the high 60s and a low in the low 30s. Um, so, lovely day today. Slim had to work today, so up early. I got a few things done in the house, and then I went out with all the cats after I had fed Willow and made sure that he was done eating. He is letting me actually pet him now. It is so sweet, but he's still jumpy. And I have to keep in mind that he is a wild animal. After what happened with Ghost, I'm not making any kind of fast moves. Anyway, we had a nice time outside until there was a lot of gunshots and everyone went inside. I had the back door open and I was happy to see that when startled, everybody ran inside. Well, everybody except Naboo, who doesn't startle easily, and he stayed outside exploring the brush and the tall grass. I got out the leaf blower and I cleaned off the porches. The leaves are really piling up fast, so we're going to have to mulch them with the mower or do a lot of raking pretty soon. Probably should be working on it today, but I got plenty to do inside without getting that started, and I prefer to work in the yard when Slim is at home with me. I had to repair the tree today. Apparently, while I was gone, they had a great time playing in the lower branches, which were all bent down and hanging. I bent them back up and I patched it up as best I could, but I probably won't really know the extent of the damage until I take it down after Christmas. But I tell you what, I don't know if you can tell. Let's see, come over a little closer. Um, Even though I have bent the branches back up, they are really wonky and weird on this bottom row. They just keep climbing up in there. And especially that one. He loves it. He loves climbing up in the tree. And he is super heavy. He weighs over 20 pounds. So they have mangled it several times. And I just continue to bend them back. But I'm not bending them back right. Like, let me see if I can show you. Right. So, like, see how that is bent way down and then I bent it back up again? That's just not, it should be straight out from the tree. So, you know, when I take it down, I'm going to have to definitely do something about that. I'm going to have to take all those off of there and straighten them or something. But anyway, I keep kind of repairing it and putting it back together, and it looks okay. But the cats are loving it, and the boys, Vince and Naboo, are up in it every single day. Somebody gets up in there. So, yeah, I probably won't realize how badly they have mangled it until I take it down. On to Sunday, the 21st. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the low 40s. And it was cloudy with scattered light showers. Today started out slow. After Slim left for work, I crawled back into bed. It's so gray and dreary outside that it's perfect sleeping, perfect sleeping in weather. When I got up, I was feeling really lazy, but as often happens on a slow start, led to a busy day. I noticed that through journaling. I really have many times I'll notice that I'll wake up and be like, oh, I'm feeling lazy today. I don't want to do anything. I'm tired. And that'll be one of my really more productive days. I don't know what it is, but it really seems to happen regularly. After I got my household chores out of the way, I decided to go outside and do some cleanup. Since it wasn't raining, I picked up sticks and I did a little mowing and I finished with the leaf blower. I usually wait to do yard work when Slim is here with me, but I decided just to do our high traffic areas before it really started raining. Also, I cleaned the driveway and the culverts out of leaves, so if we get a heavy rain, it can run off easily. And they were packed too. It's a good thing I did that, although it didn't really rain heavily. Um, those culverts certainly did need a good cleaning. So Willow is actually letting me stroke his fur and pet him properly. And he purrs. He's still shy and he doesn't always allow it, but he's really starting to trust me. I know I should trap him and take him to the vet, but I'm scared he'll never trust me again. I'm going to talk to the vet when I start taking the pack in for their annual visits. I have to space the visits out because each one's like $100 and I can't afford to take them all in the same month, but I'll be sure to have them all fixed up by spring. Having 5 house cats gets expensive, but I do want to take Willow at least once to get his shots and get him fixed. And, I've been petting him. He's been letting me really pet him a lot on his head and neck and body. So I think that if I get some of those drops that you put on the back of their neck for the fleas and ticks, I think I can put those on him while he's eating. I can just pet him and put those drops on there, and I don't think he'll even notice what I'm doing. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that first, and because whenever I pet him, I can feel that his skin is really rough. He doesn't have healthy skin and smooth fur like my cats. So he needs some assistance. And being all white underneath like Willow is, he probably has a real problem with fleas, possibly ticks too. So anyway, I want to get some of those drops and put on the back of his neck, and then maybe get a humane trap and trap him and take him to the vet. But I'm just so hesitant to do that because he's finally coming around, and I feel like if I do that, he may run off when I bring him home and let him out. He may run off and never come back again. So that would be sad, and that's what's making me procrastinate. But I am going to get those drops for him. Okay, let's move on to Monday, the 22nd. We had a high in the high 60s and a low in the low 40s, and it was overcast, kind of cloudy all day. Oh, and Carrie came by last night. She rode with me to town. I had to go to Walmart and get a data card for my phone, which is inconvenient, to say the least. And when we get the fiber network out here, I'm going to see if I can get a phone plan through them. Anyway, since we were over that way, we stopped by and saw Virginia. This wasn't at her new house. It was over at her daughter's house. And it had been a while since they had seen each other, and we all enjoyed catching up and visiting together. We stayed out too late, though, and I totally lost track of time and almost let the store close on me. But we had a really nice visit. Got up early this morning, Had coffee with Carrie before she left for work. Her job seems to really agree with her, and she seems to be doing very well there and making plenty of money. And I'm glad we're getting to visit more. And it was really nice having both her and Virginia together for a visit. My two besties friends. I should have got around and took Slim to work and went shopping today, but I'm just not up to it. I even have some Happy Mail at the post office, I think, but this dreary weather has made my hip hurting so until I don't want to drive or to shop. Hopefully, I'll get all that done tomorrow. And I regretted that. I regretted procrastinating like I always do. Um, Somebody up the road is burning brush and it stinks, and there is smoke everywhere. I wish that a strong wind would blow it away. I usually don't mind a fire or the smell of a clean fire, but they must be burning trash or something as well as brush because it smells really nasty. And that was just one day of that. But boy, I noticed it every time I opened the door or went outside or whatever. Ugh, smelled funky. Okay, so Tuesday the 23rd, it was a really pretty day. High in the mid 60s, low in the mid 40s. Today was one of those days where everything that can go wrong does. First of all, I should have went to town yesterday, and I should have known that 2 days before Thanksgiving the stores would be packed. Every aisle had a dozen people in it, and the line at the checkout was ridiculous. So I checked out my own stuff, and of course, several things wouldn't scan, so I had to wait for an employee to come and fix it. Ugh, good thing I didn't put it off till tomorrow. It'd have been even worse. Driving home was no treat either. Traffic was just stupid today. Someone actually pulled out in front of me. They cut me off and then turned into McDonald's without a signal. All that dangerous crap just so they could go to McDonald's. I was so pissed, y'all. I got home and the house was in shambles. The cats had destroyed the Christmas tree and generally run amok. I could tell that someone had been climbing the curtains too. I cleaned it all up while complaining loudly, and they made themselves scarce for once. Boy, I was complaining, y'all. I was just, ooh, scalding the air with my words. But there was one saving grace. When I went to pick up Slim after work, yes, we're sharing the Jeep right now, he said he was off for the rest of the week. 5 days off. That kind of made up for my crap day, and it made me feel so much happier. Also, we're invited to Shirley's for Thanksgiving dinner, and I think I'll bring a pecan pie. That really, I had the worst crap day. And then when I went and picked him up, he was like, guess what? I'm off for the rest of the week. Oh, that was so wonderful. I was like, oh, thank God, thank God. And that's one of the main reasons I haven't been doing any videos in the last few days because we've both been off work and here at home together. And so, yeah, it was really cool. It made the end of a terrible day made it a lot better. So Wednesday, this was the 24th. It was really hazy. The visibility was low. I couldn't see halfway across the yard most of the day. It was weird. Part of it I think was smoke, but part of it was just hazy outside. We had a high in the low 70s and a low in the mid 40s. So yesterday, oh, another crap thing that happened was that I wasn't able to mail my packages because of technical issues. Anything over 3 pounds was only available to ship express, which, is too expensive for large international packages. So I'll have to try again next week. On the bright side, I was able to send the box of bracelets to the kids in Uganda. And I picked up some Happy Mail for me from my beloved Kelly. I'm going to do an unboxing video today, and I can't wait to see what she has gotten for me this time. She is a great friend. And that also really helped. Not only did my husband get a nice long break for the holiday, I got some Happy Mail from my good friend Kelly, and that always cheers me up too. I love all my stuff from Kelly. It always makes my day to open some Happy Mail. She sent me the cutest little plush toys for the cats. And they're in the shape of a taco, a chili pepper, a bottle of hot sauce, an avocado, a chip with some salsa on it, and a piñata. They are so cute. Also, she sent me an ornament for my tree with a picture of Roby wearing a Santa hat. And he makes the tree absolutely Perfect. Also, she got me some Christmas hot pads and tea towels, which are already displayed in my kitchen, plus ground coffee and much more. Yeah, let's see. Can I zoom in from here? Can I do that? I don't think it'll let me. We'll just walk over here and check them out. Check this out. Aren't they cute? Little snowmen themes. And then over here, snowmans. Yeah, I love them. They make the kitchen look super cute. And they kind of match my kitchen too. I really like them. So, yeah, I got all kinds of stuff from Kelly and it was wonderful. Um, I don't know what I ever did to deserve such wonderful gifts, but she is so wonderful. We were invited to Aunt Shirley's for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow at noon, so I'm making a pie tonight. I'm just going to throw together a pecan pie and hope they don't already have several there. And I did, and it had been years since I made one. Years, literally. And I think I overcooked it a little, but my husband really liked it. And when I asked him later, what was your favorite thing at Thanksgiving dinner? He said, my pecan pie. And I mean, I know that's the diplomatic answer when you're married, but I feel like he was sincere. He liked my pie best out of everything. So that made my day. So Thursday was Thanksgiving Day. It was the 25th, and we had a high in the high 60s and a low in the high 20s. So at first it was warm and rainy in the morning time, and then in the afternoon it was cold and clear. Since I made the pie last night, all I had to do was get ready and go over to Shirley's house. It was kind of weird not having 1,000 things to do in the kitchen on this day, but weird in a good way. I certainly don't miss sweating in that kitchen over mounds of potatoes and loads of dressing and gallons of gravy. The gathering wasn't large, and when we got there was only about 10 people, and I think we were the last to show up. There were no little kids, just teenagers and one 10-year-old, I think. I guess that branch of the family is in between generations at the moment. Yeah, because there wasn't a bunch of little kids running around like there usually is. We had a nice time. We enjoyed seeing everyone, especially Shirley and Uncle Gary. The food was very good, and there were a few dishes that I hadn't had before, like this wonderful grape salad that Allison made with green grapes, pecans, cream cheese, sugar, and sour cream. It was delicious, and since Shirley encouraged us to take home leftovers, I brought home a big bowl of grape salad. It was really good. I'd never had that before. Slim and I got home sometime between 2 and 3 p.m. and took a nap. We woke up and it was already it was already dark outside, which is always disorienting for me. But I guess we needed the rest because after indulging in some leftovers and some coffee, we were both back asleep by 11 p.m. So yeah, we pretty much had a day of eating and resting on Thanksgiving. So we had a good Thanksgiving and did what you're supposed to do. Eat too much and take a nap. All right, well that's it for this week. Sorry it's a little bit late. I didn't want to go ahead and do up until today, which is Sunday, because I think more than a week of journaling is a bit much. So anyway, thanks for joining me again for my journal, and until next time, y'all be sweet.